Alright, let's see what we got. Waystalker, Skittergate, featuring Angry Barden. The guy we've got is JT0999, which I saw in chat was JTC Live on Twitch. Twitch.tv/JTC Live. I don't think caps are important, right? There you go. Cutie gamer guy kills sticky rats. Alright. Let's get it. Let's see what we got. Is this your Angry Barden here? I'm not going to worry too much about what talents and stuff you're taking, because they're kind of, it's kind of up to you, and I want to focus on like the mechanics and stuff, like, you know, the fundamental stuff. Let's get our little drawing program up here.
Time's arrived to shut that bloody
Make sure this works.
down for good. Rask nicks off whipping his horde into a frenzy, and your
Perfect.
hard work has left them short of fair.
Alright, so let's skip a little bit. Skittergate, yeah, this is going to be a long one. What are you running? Longbow, axe. You've got mods. This I kind of want to see. This is really cool. So he's got, what, the dual hammers, a handgun. I'm not familiar enough to just read these, though. Do these actually tell you anything? I'm not sure. That's neat, though. Right, they need to run the mod for you to see it, right? So, bot. It's pretty much just you. Okay, you've got the mark in here now. But he's not running the mod, so you can't see what he's running.
It is the only way. The only way it is. The way it only.
So mercenary, he's going to be able to AoE stun things. That's unfortunate. You're the Waystalker, so you're running a longbow. I like Hagbane. Hagbane synergizes really well with Waystalker if you run ammo on ult. But I mean, longbow is perfectly viable. You're just kind of gearing your loadout to more towards being anti-special than being anti-horde, which is fine. And away from anti-boss as well. 10 out of 10 bots. So I like that you're sniping the storm vermin ahead of time. It always upsets me when I have a handgun or a weapon that's capable of one-shotting storms. And people just like tag it with like a conflag or something, and then their heads move around, and then you have to fight them normally. So yeah, nobody noticed that there was a draft and they had a slot for it. So the Kruber could have picked that up, or the Dwarf could have picked that up. The Merc elected to pick up the Grimoire. I like that you rotate in left here. So the bot, they got him up. That's fine. So this positioning is alright. If you were playing something that was like, if you had a really significant difficulty spike, yeah, you might get pinched here. But it is a pub, so you're not going to get ideal positioning by any means. But in this area in general, yeah, my back's just kind of on fire here, which is alright. I mean, these things are going to kind of happen in a pub. They got him off you quickly.
Let the black rat come. I've an arrow for him.
Didn't go badly, though. I mean, the team's taken a lot of unnecessary damage so far, and some better positioning might have made that better. Trying to wait and see if you look at this gate. I want to suggest some decent spots to hold. So, like, back that way. See if you can face there at some point. So you turn around and face that direction. I like going into this little pocket here on the left. You can also abuse all the terrain here, and you can drop down here and then climb up the ramp and just do loops like that. But then you run the risk of running into the boss trigger, because this is a pretty common boss trigger up ahead here. So sometimes pushing down into that can be scary, especially if you already have a horde. Yeah, so back like 1 second. Flick 180s, dude. So like over here, I kind of like, because nothing, at least as far as I'm aware, climbs up from this surface, and then it kind of puts you in like a little bit of a square like that, where you've only got this exposed. The kind of 2-2 strategy can work too, though. Alright, so killing the horde, killing the horde. We're gonna move on.
Let the black rat come. I've an arrow for him.
This has the potential to run extremely long because it is Skittergate. I think that was some fall damage there. 10 out of 10.
Healing draft.
IGN.
You'll need it.
Some beautiful sound design going on in the background there.
That's the Skittergate, mayflies.
Wait, what? Oh, he shot the wrong one, I think? Oh, no, he got it. He got it. Wait. What just happened? Okay. He's got the grimoire. Okay. Unfortunate, dude. Oh, no. I was like, wait a second. Who's got this? I see this. Does he... Oh, no. There's a mod for that, by the way. There's a mod for that. It's called Sticky Grim, and it makes it so that you have to hold right-click and left-click to throw the grimoire. It's sanctioned. You can use it on the official realm. I would highly recommend it. That's unlucky, dude. I don't think it was deliberate. I think it was an honest mistake.
Another blackbird. These vermin never learn.
Recorded its SLOBS. Don't think I had headphones in. That's fine, man. The video quality is pretty good, which is going to be kind of necessary because after I re-upload it to YouTube again, it's going to be compressed all hell anyhow. I could try and upscale the footage potentially to resolve that, which I might do. If I can find a program that doesn't cost $100 to do it. Let me know if anybody has any suggestions for a simple free program that'll just upscale video to a higher resolution. That'll give some extra bits for YouTube to throw in the garbage can and keep the ones that we need. Or more of them, at least. Nice. I like how you're sniping the things, the ambience, while they're still standing still. Just really helps clear up the area. So with this axe, I haven't got it down to a T yet, but I did do a true solo with it earlier today, and the attack pattern that it seems to be that you should do, alright, is you can just spam lights without block cancel against hordes. Then versus armor, you want to do a heavy attack, then a light attack, and like that, repeat. And then if you've got mixed, like elites and armor plus a horde, you can just do light attacks, because you've got AP on light. So I probably would have taken the conch there, no? Yeah, I think the conch definitely would have been better than the speed for you. It just synergizes better with your ultimate. It's a significant amount of boss damage. It allows you like a panic button to kill multiple specials if you get some kind of difficulty spike. It's actually a cool bit of geometry that they added recently. With the whole bonfire thing, and this is just kind of more interesting than useful, but it's like up here, you can Slayer launch off of this all the way down here and not take any damage. So it's kind of nifty. You might see that become a kite loop, or you might see somebody use that in a true solo soon. Yeah, we found it. Squeak was the one. I was in the lobby with Squeak, and he was just like, I'm just gonna try it. And he just went for it. So, Yeah, it's the climb up to the DLC spoiler, by the way, for the border. This is where you climb up right here. And then it sends you, you come out way the hell up there. And that's where the bonfire is for this map. Wait, are you going to go there? Oh, he's going there. All right. Cool. Maybe. Yeah, so Slayer ult has no fall damage. He says no. So I guess Barden already has it and he doesn't want to go get it, I guess. But you're trying to be nice and show the guy where it's at. You have to... Oh, wow. And the Barden just runs ahead, triggers rush intervention, and dies alone. Do that shit on your own time. Unlucky, dude. And the bot's dead, too. Yeah. Well, he already left, so... Yeah. Dude, what is... Yeah. Don't bring that kind of impatience into pubs, like... Especially if you're just going to instantly die after. Idiot. Yeah, no, I kind of have to agree. So yeah, rush intervention. Yeah. Alright. Fighting on slanted surfaces is generally inadvisable because I don't think this one's bad, but if you're on a staircase, for instance, the enemies have different attack patterns. They're called like up attacks, and they have further range. And fighting things on like slanted surfaces and stuff is generally fucky. So what it really is when there's a difference in height between you and the enemy, so the enemy trying to attack you, it'll do different attacks, and they're wonky. They attack like quicker sometimes, and they have like different ranges to them. But yeah, rush intervention, if you guys don't know, is just it's when you run ahead from the team and you're alone. The game punishes you by spawning disablers on you, assassins, packmasters, leeches, etc. So the game is quite literally coded to punish you for running off alone. So don't do that. You're definitely good to... Okay. A little bit of healing, micromanaging here. What do you have, Nat Bond? No? I'm a little confused by that. I guess you wanted him to have a medkit instead of a draft so that he could heal you or himself in the event that you guys ran into a problem. Which might be a good idea, actually, since it's only the two of you right now. I'm cool with that. Sometimes I notice in pubs, though, people will spend way too long trying to get other people to do certain things with healing. And, like, it was clear there that the Kruber didn't understand what you wanted to do. I didn't either. And if you don't have a mic, right, I see, like, people stop and start, like, typing out paragraphs about why this person should take this particular heal or blah, and that's just... That can be a slippery slope, because then you're just standing around typing for a minute and a half, debating on who should get a particular healing item, which is not good. But that was fine. He wound up doing it. I think it was a good call. I don't know if you guys want the tome. There's a little skip you can do to the tome here, which he might not be choosing to do just because of the horde. But yeah, you can just like jump. It's like here and then there, and you go out this little thing. And that'll prevent a big loop thing that you have to do to get the tome otherwise. I think I heard a horde spawn, though. So, if I tagged it and he still didn't take it, I would have just walked away. Yeah, exactly. There's people, though, who just won't, they won't, like, give it up. They'll just keep, like, pinging it, like, pick it up, Ree! He has tome already? Yeah, but the two, you don't want to split up here. It would be the two of them that would go to tome together if they were going to do it. And it's not a bad place to fight either, because it's, nothing climbs from behind you, and it's all on one side. It's kind of open, you have good vision. Whereas here, you can kind of get pinched. So it looks like he's going to wind up doing it. Yeah, you got to, like, jump over to... You go left, then you go right, then you go left, if you know what I mean. Like, you were kind of, like... lined up on the left side, you gotta like jump to the right first. I don't like that they're split right now. This worries me. But looks like he got it and then came back over to him. So I like the teamwork here. I get the title now, Feet Angry Barden. It's funny. Alright, so player connecting. They're not going to move anymore. Looks like you realized it and you're waiting. This is all really good stuff, guys. This is really good. If this is just entirely random lobby 2, there's some good teamwork going on here with the merc actively going back to you after getting the tome. And the two of you waiting at the drop down for the person to connect. It's all good stuff. Good stuff, good stuff. I can talk about something here. So there's a patrol spawn that spawns here. This is the path it will take. It will come up here. It will turn right. It will go around here. And there's like this little tunnel that goes here. And then it'll drop down. And then it'll go out the same direction that you're trying to go. So if you ever hear a Chaos Patrol or whatever, normal patrol, coming at you through this tunnel, you need to go down the right side here. And then it's going to force you to keep walking forward because it's going to trail you. Alternatively, you could just sit back here and let it do its loop and then follow it. But then, yeah. Camera might be a bit too big and blocking the screen. Sure. Hopefully that's better for you. Yeah, I had a guy in my last video was like, is your face more important than the kill feed? Okay, I guess, alright. I'm sorry. Let's go where I normally am. Beautiful. Well, this has been pretty smooth so far. Battle Wizard. I haven't seen too many Battle Wizards since the nerf. You're a painting behind your camera? Oh, yeah. That is a problem. We'll run it like this from now on then. If it's cool. Am I over? No, you can see the ammo and stuff. You're good. So patrol. So they are going to walk through here. So... Oh, they're not. Oh, Chaos? Maybe Chaos Patrol wraps this way and they wrap that way. So you're just going to go for it. Bomb out, then conk. Oof. Flank. You get as many Fs out as you can before this conk ends. Alright, I'm just going to toss the resources at it. That was probably a good call. Because this area is really problematic for public lobbies, I've noticed. It's just a common place where people wipe. But you can always just treat it as, you know, a big circle. Just run around like that. Oops. Run around this thing. A lot of times people will, like, run out onto these docks or along the shoreline here and then get, like, pinned in, and it's not so great. I'm probably going to do a video on, like, on movement and, like, kite loops in general. To kind of elaborate on that. I talked about it a bit in another video. Alright, so he was alone there. That was perfectly... Wait, the wizard... Oof. Alright, a lot of stuff just happened there. It always goes south so quickly, right? So let's see if we can determine what caused that. I think it was the two of you splitting away from one another. Which is bound to happen, yeah. So he's right here right now. I mean, you guys, this is just a pub, right? And you guys aren't in voice comms. So... But yeah, he's over here. I like your positioning more, personally, the two. So the wizard came over to you just then, and the wizard's looking back over at the Kruber like, oh no. And there's a Packmaster we just saw right there. Packmaster's going to grab him into the elites that just spawned, and he's dead. Do you upload these to YouTube? Yes. Yeah, this will be on YouTube. So, not much you can do about that. Looks like the wizard just got stabbed by a stray something. And it looks like you're going to do exactly like I was talking about, which is you're going to do a kite loop, which is cool. So, notice he's not holding in any position in particular. He's just kind of going wherever the enemy isn't. He started going clockwise, but then he switched direction. So it doesn't have to be a circle, per se, but... yeah. Yeah. Cool. No, that's perfect. That's awesome. The push, I don't think the push stab itself on the weapon does a whole lot of damage, but the push itself does good to stagger things. You're backpedaling slightly more than you need to handle this, but it's not bad. It's totally fine. There you go. See how he's like keeping nice and tight to him? That's good. Because if you constantly run away, the enemies are going to do running attacks. And running attacks are much harder to deal with. Because they hit you from further. Yeah. So if he... yeah. Yes. So see how it's kind of like there's this weird period of time where... like here you have this kind of distance, like you're kind of medium range, like this. All of these guys are going to be trying to run attack at you. And then when you want to re-engage, when you want to actually fight them, it's like, it's kind of different. It's difficult because you don't have initiative, if you could call it that. And by initiative, I mean like if they're all currently doing running attacks on you, you can't be open to attacking. So what he did there was really good. So in order to re-engage, so he was here, he's engaged fully, right? So he's like pressed right up against everything so that they don't do running attacks, and he's using he's kind of circling along the front like this and going back and forth to avoid getting hit instead of backpedaling. But here, he's kind of forced to backpedal here. He didn't have to, but he did. And now see this awkward moment here? Everything's doing all this charging attacks. So what he has to do to get initiative back is he's got to kind of push into the horde, do like a couple pushes, maybe a few side dodges. Beautiful illustration, Panda, beautiful. And then he can get back into it. So he kind of does that here. He swings in. So he's going to push in, and he's going to do a couple pushes. And about right now, he's pretty much good to just go back into circling around the horde like he was. Looks like he's got his heart rate going a little bit because he knows he's the last one alive. I know it happens to me. I get like little butterflies going. Clutch or ban? Hell yeah. You missed the angry Barden part? Yeah, you did. That was pretty funny. Looks like he's gonna get the clutch. Kind of cheating because we can infer based on the length of the video that he's gonna get the clutch. Good habit, checking your 6. So yeah, pretty good kiting. Easy clutch. Yeah, with the way this weapon is right now, you can just spam lights and be like 90% of the way there. Kind of crazy. Battle Wizard's super rare like right now. After the nerf to the temp HP, and you can't vent on ult now. So huge. Oof. Merc just lost like half his health probably on like the first swing. That's rough. I just noticed your bounty hunter's level 21. Which makes his maximum theoretical hero power 510. Is that right? 10 per level. So you get 300. Yeah, that's correct. Which is not a problem. I've noticed a lot of people will kick based on your level. It's pretty stupid, in my opinion.
Look at that armored brute.
You don't need 600 hero power to play Legend difficulty. Especially if you're an exceptional person, you might have all your dudes up to 30. And you just need your last 90 hero power on your last dude, you know? He's stacked full 100% temp HP right now. Let's see. This area wipes like more teams than others. 600 hero power, still can't play Legend. Feels bad, dude. Unlucky. So yeah, this area right here kills people a lot, and usually the issue is getting split, because there's just so many different routes you can take, and that's kind of the issue in pubs when you have lots of different routes that you can take. There's even some crap like off to the right of the screen. When you give that option to randoms in a public lobby outside of voice comms, they always go different directions, and then you get a blight storm in between you and your teammates, and then it's not a fun time. So what I'm hoping to see is everybody stacks up. So that wizard is alone. You're doing a good job in playing the middle ground. So this is a good thing you can do. Is if you see your team splitting, you can kind of play in the middle. So you went up to get the wizard, and there's a term in Overwatch called peel. You peel for your healers or whatever. It just means like if your teammate's in a bad position, you go run up to them and then you go help them back up actively. So that was kind of like peeling, kind of, sort of, which is cool. Overwatch has some good analogies, man. Ult economy and stuff like that. Like earlier when I was doing the modded Onslaught with Eden, JSAT, and Crack, I was making calls to Eden, who was playing the Mercenary, to stagger our ultimates, because Onslaught is just like, the game just, it's a mod made by Grim that just throws like crap loads of stuff on you, and we put spawn tweaks on top of that. So I was Witch Hunter Captain and he was Merc, and we were using the ults as kind of like a CC thing, like an AoE knockback. And I was making the call like, oh, I'll stun, like you save yours, basically. That way I would ult to make space, and then he would ult to make space, but not both at the same time. So that's like another thing, like a parallel from Overwatch's ult economy. There's some good stuff. Is that gonna hit you? Season 1 Slayer. Alright. So I'm fine with pulling back here. I heard an assassin faintly in the background. You're aware of it. You're already checking for it. You're not making a common mistake, which is to tunnel vision on the boss. That was unfortunate. So you are out of line of sight to some of your teammates with an assassin up, which is a little tricky. But you are host, so probably not that big a deal. You could try to flank behind this guy and hit him in the back. Headshots are like almost as good. Oh, you're staying close in proximity to the ammo box, I guess, is what we're trying to do. This is fine though. Used to be a competitive Widow player before toxic community made me retire. Yeah, I quit Overwatch for similar reasons. I was hard stuck in high plat. Never made it out. Coach Jane, if you guys are familiar with him, is kind of an inspiration for me to do this whole thing. Felt like something that might be fun. Alright, so this, yeah, 2-2 split. The stuff that's on the back here is not a threat. You could definitely all push all together as 4 up to the front and just clear. Looks like all that stuff is gone behind anyhow. So on the Chaos Warriors with the axe, you do heavy attack light is better than just lights. But like I said, spamming lights is going to get you like 90% of the way there. When pubs don't push on hordes, yeah, that's a common thing. You could use the wheel thing right now, couldn't you? Look at the med pack, hit C, and drag it onto the Sienna. Sienna pickup med pack. So, yeah, you're being aware, which is good, but you're also being aware for your teammates. There's some people who are only aware for themselves, but you're being aware for your teammates. So that was the second instance, I think, already. Maybe even the third, if you count that draft that was left at the beginning, where you realized that somebody had a slot for an item, and other people didn't see the item at all. Ooh. Should get a mic and just say this on the mic, because your team is leaving you. This is definitely not a game that allows you to stand and type a lot. Ooh, finale coming up. I wish I had a talk with Grim about it. Grim was saying the other day that he doesn't think it's a good strategy to do the approach that gets you the achievements. If you aren't familiar, there's an achievement for killing both Rasknit and the Death Rattler in close proximity to one another in time. This is a skip you can do, by the way. Right where he was, you can jump over and skip this part, but you also skip items. But he was saying it's a thing that a lot of people are doing right now is they want to minimize the amount of time that Rasknit teleports around. So what they'll do is they'll not attack Rasknit any more than they have to. They'll just attack him the Death Rattler. They'll attack the Death Rattler until Rasknit jumps off, and then they'll all hard switch to Rasknit and only focus him and not do any damage. And Grim was suggesting that that's a bad approach. And the reason being is because the teleporting is not as bad. I don't know. I don't really have an opinion on it yet because I haven't really tried either. But what he was telling me is that there's a fixed pattern to the way they teleport. And it was like a Z. So I'm not sure if I'm in the right orientation, but I believe he said it was like this. 1, 2, 3, 4 or something like that. It's like a Z. So I don't know, something. Need a DPS Death Rattler as well, or he'll just DPS you to death. Yeah. But apparently the pattern that Rasknit teleports along is fixed, and you can also set yourself up so that Rasknit knocks you back towards the location that he's teleporting to, which is pretty dope. I haven't tried it yet. I can't confirm, but I trust Grim. Grim knows his shit. So. I might have the specific locations wrong. I might get him to comment or something, or let me know, or I'll go reach out to him and put it as a comment or something. Or clarify in the description. That'll work. Yeah, in pubs, yeah, a common pub strategy is you'll have one person in every corner. That way when he does teleport. Okay. Sienna and Croops focus on ads while I and Bounty Hunter. That's kind of valid. Does he have a repeater though? Yeah. Yeah, so that's a valid concern there. Is once Death Rattler dies, then Rasknit spawns ads, which pubs have a hard time dealing with. So I'm not going to suggest that one is better than the other, because I think it's going to depend on the skill of your group. But basically Grim's logic was if you're carrying a pub, then you should just murder Death Rattler, and then you can basically solo Rasknit, I guess, by knowing the teleport locations. and forcing yourself to utilizing the knockback to go like get tossed over to the right direction. But I think this strategy is perfectly viable too. So let's see what these guys do. I've seen this particular situation though run for like 10 minutes until death before though in pubs. One side never spawns ads, so the weaker player can chill there. Really? It's not something I knew. You can skip the monk spawn doing the achievement strat though. Monks kill a lot of pubs, yeah. What's scary about the phase is the... So let's see if we can confirm or deny the what he was saying right now, huh? So he's here. Okay, so he went here, there. So if it's correct, it would be 1, 2, 3, where we are now, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see if it follows that. 3. Looking pretty correct to me. 4. It's almost like Grim knows his stuff. So it should be 1. There it is. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool. It's like a Z. There we go. Yeah, this is worth. One thing I haven't seen you do yet with your ultimate is you can hold the hold down F and wait until the target's highlighted red, and that'll guarantee that it'll see how he turned red. That you can select specific targets with the ultimate that way. It doesn't have to be random. You can hold the thing and move around a bit, and you can select which guy you want to shoot at. And another thing you can do is after you ult, flick your crosshair up. Because if you flick your crosshair up, it makes the arrows curve, and they're more likely to find a head without getting blocked by stuff that's in between. That was an old thing that a lot of people did from the Truth Light and Vermintide 1. Okay. Yeah, he's perfectly savable. So that's nifty. That's a thing. And apparently... Ooh, the camera bob. Yikes. Yeah, camera shake. It's rough. I'm not a fan. If it gives you your immersion, though, then, you know. Oh my god, it's crazy. It's like you're having a seizure. I know you're not doing anything, though. It's just the... very jarring. That was pretty good stuff, though. It was a decent pub. Had some decent teamwork. And you and the Merc had to, like, duo the map, practically, for, like, the first half of the map. Which was pretty sick. I think a lot of people would have just outright died. Camera... yeah. A little bit. It's insane. Holy. I never noticed it until I turned it off. Yeah, a couple of settings that I would recommend to you guys that are really helpful. One is to force your outlines to always be on. So you can see your teammates through walls. Unless they're a certain distance away, then you still can't see them, which is dumb. They need to fix that. I like to play with camera bob off, personally. Because it makes it easier to aim and stuff. it's so crazy how much it introduces, though. But yeah, that was good stuff.